Now, a question, this last year has been kind of an interesting year for you.
Hmm.
Now, how are you adjusting to, life in a higher level of limelight? Because we talked about it
Right.
on the Star Wars thing. I mean, is it pretty much what you expected it to be, or is it at a higher point
It's
than?
actually a lot less than I expected, which is wonderful. I'm able to conduct a completely normal college life right now and walk around without being bothered, and it's really wonderful and lucky, and I feel really privileged to be able to have these kind of two separate lives. So I don't really know how that happened with all the hype surrounding Star Wars, but it has.
Now, I got a question. In the movie, it's great when everyone arrives in Los Angeles and how wide-eyed everybody is about the scenes. Now, in real life, the first time you went to LA, what were the things that impressed you?
Well, I think it's just such an impressive place because the weather is always beautiful and the people are all beautiful, and you have these palm trees and beautiful houses, and you bump into movie stars all the time. So it's a very impressive place, and it's very glamorous, but it doesn't really seem like a place where you would live.
Right. Well, did anything in particular on your first trips to LA really strike you as surreal?
Um, I just remember I was really little, so I remember the amusement parks
Oh,
being the most exciting for me.
okay. It's a great scene in the film when you're making that trip to LA. You're in the car and everybody's looking around, just thinking. Like, where do you do in real life your best thinking? Like in the shower, in the car, where?
The shower is a great place. I always end up thinking, not even consciously, but just kind of going into my thoughts of what I want and what I need in my life in the shower. And anytime when I can be alone, especially outside, things like that, because I think that's when you're most kind of at peace and relaxed.
Now, I don't want to sound like a brown nose, but people are talking. This is like an Oscar nomination worthy performance on your part. Now, you're acting opposite an Oscar winner. Was there ever a moment prior to starting the film that you felt fearful that maybe you wouldn't be able to go toe to toe with her, which you'd wind up doing?
No, Susan is one of the least intimidating presences I've ever been around. I mean, I admire her so much, um, more than most actors I've worked with, but she has this presence that just completely puts you at ease, and she's very caring, and she makes you feel like an equal, and so I never had to feel that way because she's just great like that.
Was there one moment when you felt like all the cylinders were clicking?
Yeah, I just think anytime, especially when we were in the car scenes and stuff, we were just bouncing off of each other, and we had a really, really great energy. And um, I think that our relationship off screen, which was very casual and very fun, kind of added a little spice to the relationship that was on the page when we read the script initially.
And a very quick last question. When went to school at UCLA, which is mentioned in the film, and there are a few celebrity kids in my class, and I'm just curious, with you, do you ever sense that there are people who are trying to get close to you or be your friend just because who you are? And can you read those people pretty well?
I have really good instincts about people, and I know I can tell pretty easily, and that's always been an issue. Just because I've been working in film now for 7 years, so I've always had people who have been that way. But now at school, I really haven't experienced that at all because everyone is so accomplished in their own way and so interesting. They don't need to be my friend to feel important or to feel special, and they're just so brilliant, and I'm so impressed by them. There are people I try and be friends with, try and make my way into their group just because I'm so impressed by them.